Right. Hey guys, welcome to episode 33 of Profit Talk. I decided to go with the more politically correct how we start our week and such instead of how to make Monday your bitch for the title. Just because
Bad word, take it back.
we don't want to offend people. I miss you guys. Like I haven't seen everybody in so long.
Well, that's not our fault.
I'm on vacation. Vacation. It's important. It makes a mama happy.
Holy cow, y'all have been busy little beavers over in the audience, because it's like, has everybody been in there since like noon?
I don't know, but Laura Lee has shrooms.
Laura Lee, hey, Laura, I haven't seen Laura Lee in front. Have you?
I know, I haven't seen her in a long time.
Yes, shrooms. What?
She's got shrooms.
Okay, we're not talking about drugs tonight.
Joe is here. I didn't say that. I just said she's got shrooms. Angie and Dwayne and Wade.
So they're talking about getting dental work, which I need done because we lost our dental insurance. Thank you, Obamacare. And so I think it was OG or somebody in Wade. They're talking about going to Mexico to have dental work done. So what I need to know, Deb, how far are you from Mexico?
About 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yep.
How big is the state of Texas? You can't be 12 hours.
12 hours?
I don't know, 8.
Doesn't Mexico touch Texas?
Austin to Mexico miles.
Touch Texas. Yeah, it pretty much does. Big time.
Say it.
No, it's not that far. Well, it's 700 miles.
7? Is it really?
Yeah.
Like Austin's that far
How
up? I thought you were
tall
way
is
down.
Texas?
Texas is tall. Everything's big in Texas.
Wow.
Hold on, I gotta go Google that one. Is Deb a liar? Austin, Texas.
Google said, don't cross Deb.
How far is it across Texas from east to west?
Aren't you going top to bottom?
900
hold up.
miles.
Hold on, let me help you out. Is Deb a liar?
Can't be. I just checked, and my pants are not on fire.
There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
boom.
Siri says her pants are not on fire.
Drop the mic. Siri, drop the mic. Okay. So, what we were thinking, I think everybody kind of got pumped by some Gary V, is where this came from. The making Monday pay kind of thing. So, Dusty had the idea to talk about how we start our week and, like, is there anything that we do to get ready for the week, and do we have like a set days for things, certain things, and basically I guess just how our work week goes, which I don't remember because I have been off for a very long time.
Just for the record, from Austin, Texas to Laredo, which is on the border, it's only 235 miles. It's not like 800 miles. So
Maybe it told you to Mexico City or something.
somebody's pants are on fire.
Maybe. I really don't care. I don't go that way anyway.
No, I mean, I loved that Gary Vee video. I love Gary Vee. I mean, yeah, he drops a lot of F-bombs, but he's very motivational. He's no BS. He's,
But there was only one in that one.
yeah, I mean, at the very end, so it's like waiting for it.
I know, I was waiting.
But he's the one that has said a couple things that, what was the one? I love the one about, if you don't wake up, eat, sleep, breathe, whatever, you're not. It was the one about you're not really an entrepreneur, or you're not really if you don't do this. I mean, he says a lot of stuff that other people don't want to say. Everybody else wants to be the motivational speaker and say what's popular and give warm kittens and fuzzy kittens and.
Well, he's not afraid to say the things that he knows are going to make some people mad.
And the thing is that the things he says are true, but they're things that nobody said for years and years and years. So,
I love him.
But yeah,
we all do. The three of us.
Yeah, I just fell in love with him like last week. I kept hearing his name for like a long time, but I didn't really pay any attention. But then like last week I started watching some videos and I was like, I really like this guy.
Right. If you guys have not, I need to put like a link to his YouTube channel in the description. If you haven't watched any Gary Vee, you really need to. But if you've got kids, wear headphones or whatever.
You know, I think one of my favorite ones that he did, and this is going to be controversial, not that we're ever controversial on the show, but was the one about, you know, if you're going to college, spinning your wheels, you don't know what you're going to do with your life because you're getting a blanking, you know, effing, lots of F-bombs in there, because you're just going to get a degree in business. Quit wasting your time. All you're going to do is rack up $100,000 worth of debt that you're going to spend the next 15 years, paying off. And I agree with that. I've unless you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something, you know, where you need that degree, whatever. But if you're just going to go into business and you just want to, you know, be a manager of a business or run your own business or whatever else, I mean, if I could rewind time and do things all over again, I would have known my strengths and weaknesses then, you know, that I know now and that it's taken me years to figure out. I would have done things a whole lot different. I mean, I started working when I was 15. I had a job in before I ever turned 16 to, you know, and on the summers and after school, and I worked all through high school, you know, and still maintained halfway decent grades. I mean, but it gave me a work ethic and helped me figure out what I like and what I don't like. And I mean, and not every kid's capable of doing that. There's kids that, you know, need to spend all their time studying, or they want to be rocket scientists and they need to, you know, it's different for everybody. But if you're just a generic, I want to go into business or I want to do whatever else, I mean, so many people waste so much time
and money.
And it's like I've said before, you know, when I worked at Dad's UPS store that was on the University of Alabama campus, I've never seen so many stupid kids in my entire life that, you know, are just wandering around literally in the days. They just want to drink beer and go to school and party and have fun, and they don't have a clue what they want to do with their life. And they get to the end of the 4 years, and we had a few of them that worked for us, you know, that not all of them were like that, but we had a few that, you know, it's like, well, I'm graduating this year, whatever. Well, what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. I got a degree in business, man, you know, in business. And it's like, well, awesome. You know, good luck with that, because now you're going to get out of college. You have no work. Well, you know, the ones that work for us have work experience, but a lot of them had no work experience. You know, it's like, well, I guess we'll move back into mom and dad's basement. And it's like their time would have been better spent on those 4 years going to work for a company, finding something they liked, pursuing it, and working their way up the ladder. So, anyhow.
Was that his talk in the college, where he was at the college to talk to them about like they were in the entrepreneurship class?
I can't remember, and I always have to go back and try to find it. And it's like I said, that's different for everyone. I'm not bashing college. My daughter wants to, you know, pursue something that needs specialized training and whatever. Hey, awesome. You know, but if she said, hey, Dad, I really want to own my own business and run this kind of thing, I'd be like, then go get a job. You know, working, if she wants to own a toy store, let's say, go get a job working at a toy store, learn everything about the toy store business. You know, once you get out of high school, we'll see about getting a loan and opening a toy store. You know,
right.
It's so anyhow.
We've been talking about that, whether we should push the boys to go to college, and I don't think so, unless they want to be.
Too many parents push to go to college because you need to go to college because that's all what we all did and whatever else, and if that's not what they want to do and they want to take time to find themselves and they want to, you know, explore other avenues, if I think I might enjoy doing this, I want to go work for a while, I wouldn't push them. I'm not going to push my kids.
I don't know. Our kids have never, the only thing they've ever said that they have wanted to be at one point in time or another that required a degree was an engineer, like their dad.
Right.
Everything else is owning some type of business.
And stuff like that. I'm going to backpedal again. Stuff like that, obviously, or if you want to be a doctor, or you want to be a lawyer, you know, you need to go to law school. I mean, there's things like that, obviously. So, Deb's mad and she types loud.
I'm trying to come up with my stuff for tomorrow's eBay radio appearance, and it's due in like an hour.
Yeah, and apparently I'm going to have...
Is there, like, homework?
I'm going to have to go to OG's house, and he and I are going to take a trip to Mexico, because I just need a tooth pulled. And several others.
I'll pull your tooth.
You can get a tooth pulled for like $2. I mean, $200.
$2.
I'll do it for $2.
Dentist to do it for $2.
Supposedly, there's a couple small towns that are like that, and they literally just
crackhead Willie.
Like $200.
Well, the problem is the last dentist I went to, and it's a back. I guess that's a molar, upper, whatever. I mean, it's broken off. Whatever. They want to do the root canal and let's save the tooth, and then you got to pay for the cavern. I'm like, no, let's just yank the tooth. The tooth is half broken off, not rotted, but you know, whatever it is that does. it's all my teeth are breaking. It's bad. Let's just pull it out. Pull it out for $99 versus $2,000 worth of dental work to save a tooth that's half gone. So I need that dentist that doesn't believe in like restoring or repairing, that he just eliminates. I need the elimination dentist.
You can come to my house and I'll pull it out for you.
Yeah, kind of like Tom Hanks and the.
It's like free room and board too.
Remember in the movie where with him and Wilson the volleyball, and he had to like knock his own tooth out or whatever.
I never watched that.
Well, I always think about that. Like, what if you're stranded on an island, or you lived in the middle of like nowhere, Alaska, and had no access to anybody or whatever? Like, what happens when something like that happens? I mean, you're the point, literally. If you've ever had those that have ever had a toothache, which I'm sure all of us have, it's to the point where you literally would pull it out with a pair. Like, could I do that? Could I actually? Am I man enough to pull out my own tooth with a pair of pliers?
No.
Oh, my wife just goes, I'll do it.
See? Oh. Problem solved. Don't need no dentists when you got a tryst. Okay, so Monday.
So.
How do you start your day?
Wake up.
Boom.
Bam.
The show is done.
Yep. Wake up.
I don't know. Paul said that the best way to do it is to, like, Monday morning watch his show. And that honestly does kind of set the tone for me. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like clocking into work on Monday morning.
That's why I enjoy and look forward to the morning show, because it helps me. If I wake up and I'm like, oh crap, it's 7:45 and I'm tempted to go back to sleep, I know there's the morning show to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
It's me talking about reselling. Usually I'm sitting here printing labels while I'm doing it and getting in that mode and thinking about what I'm going to list or do for the day. So
Monday mornings are more, when I do work, planning. Like, I kind of take an inventory, I guess. Look around, what do I have? Do I need to go out that week? What do I need to do? I like assess my supplies and, like I said, see what inventory I have sitting here that needs to go. And that's kind of my Monday thing. It kind of, I guess I use it as a planning time. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Deb looks so bored. What are you supposed to do for tomorrow?
No, I stopped writing it because I can't do both at the same time.
Well, what do you do on Monday mornings?
On Mondays, I don't leave the house. Like, Mondays are the day that I figure out what I'm doing. So, like, today, because Patrick asked me if we were working today, and I'm like, no, I got to figure out what I'm doing, So Mondays are generally, I have shipping that I do because I don't do it on the weekend like I should. So I spend a lot of time shipping, and then I don't know. I catch up on everything that, making phone calls and shipping, and today I listed some things, like a couple things, and that's it. I really just kind of figure out. No, I didn't. I listed 3. I just kind of try to figure out like what I'm doing for the week. It's when I figure out what's going on the rest of my days.
You do it right. Dusty, how do you do it wrong?
I tell you how I used to do it wrong is, and I had this long discussion with another reseller today who I think does it wrong, but to each their own. And we had, of course, an argument about it and blah blah blah. That's the way I like to do it. It was Chad, so he would argue with a fence post. But I used to save everything for Monday morning, all my shipping. Like this morning, I had 10, 12 items, something like that went out for eBay. I used to save it all for Monday morning, and then came that dread of waking up Monday morning of, oh crap, and sometimes our mail will run like 10, 11 o'clock on Monday. But now I know that I'm going to dread it on Monday, so what I force myself to do is I ship all day, every day anyhow. So after the mail runs on Saturday, usually around noonish, if I sell something else, I go ahead and print the shipping label, go ahead and box it up, start my mail totes for Monday morning. So when I wake up Monday morning, usually outside of whatever sold overnight on Sunday night, everything's already ready to go. And it has created, it doesn't give me that Monday dread like what I used to have. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And most of my stuff's easy anyhow, and I get this weird kind of like sense of satisfaction from like printing the label, shipping it, hey, it's done, it's in the tote. I mean, to me, I kind of enjoy doing it. I love shipping. Unless it's a big item or it's difficult, then I dread it. But
I don't mind like small things. Like I would even ship small things, but it's the whole rest of eBay that I hate.
Well, the majority of my items are either bubble mailer or they fit in one of the standard priority boxes. Like Deb and I were talking about that today. I use regional A boxes probably more than any other box.
Yeah, I had to order some because I'm out.
So yeah, I mean, Mondays for me, you know, some of my little junk stores I like to go to, a lot of places are closed on Monday. That seems to be a common theme with thrift stores and junk stores here, is they close on Mondays, close Sunday, Monday. So there's not really, I don't really ever get out and go because of that. I've kind of, Mondays kind of catch up on everything, finished listing if I have stuff I needed to get listed from that weekend, kind of regroup my brain, so to speak. It's kind of weird because like in this business, I don't really have a weekend. You know what I mean? Where most people are like, oh, I go to my job Monday through Friday and I'm off all weekend. Well, no, Saturdays, Sundays are big days for me, you know, because you have yard sales, you have flea markets, you bought stuff, you shipped stuff, you listed stuff. So Monday's almost kind of more of a relaxation day. Get my head in the game for the rest of the week. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was trying to I was looking at the chat.
Yeah.
Ronnie said you only have a small package.
Oh, whatever. I hang out with him and Chad most of the day today. Or kind of, we were all kind of in, and Dad. We were all kind of in and out all day.
I was teaching my children, so I had to read the news with my kid. Well, my kid had to read the news and then tell me about it, and it was just as bad as if I had to read it. It was awful. Anyway, do you have like set days that you go sourcing and set days that you do like FBA shipments and stuff?
I don't. I mean, it's when the deal's there or I find the deal. I get to the point where after I've stayed in, like right now I'm at that point because we pretty much didn't go anywhere Saturday, Sunday, today. I'm trying to think if I even left the house at all other than to go to the gas station. We really did. So now I'm like, okay, tomorrow I've listed everything. It's not nailed down. I mean, I still have tons of stuff in basement, garage, whatever. Like, I'm ready to go, thrill of the hunt, buy some more crap, dig through some more crap, find some home runs. I'm like jonesing to get out now. You know what I mean? So no, I'm very sporadic. I don't have set days that I do anything. Other than Sundays, Mondays, I don't do much because most of the places are closed.
I originally had the intentions of having like set days whenever I was revamping everything. And I was like, I'm going to go sourcing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, it never turned out. I don't leave the house on Mondays. And sometimes I don't feel like going around to 3 or 4 different stores looking for stuff. I mean, it's fun to find treasures, but I don't know. It can be kind of taxing on you to just keep looking and looking, you know, So I just go whenever I feel like it. When I'm like, I want to go to the store.
I think I'm going to set like one day a week, like maybe Fridays, and just go like for hours. Because John's home on Fridays. The kids don't do a full day of school on Fridays. I can trust him to like supervise or whatever. That's what I've been thinking lately.
I mean, I really would like to set a schedule. I think it would work, you know, for my business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really horrible about doing that. I'm getting better at spending functional days. Like, I'm finally getting back to myself, you know, and kind of getting life back in order. But I don't know. I'm just like, I don't want to go to the store. You know, I don't go to the store today.
That's me in the winter, though. Like, I don't like to leave the house at all.
Ugh, that's my worst
If
fear.
it's, like, not humanly necessary.
Put a fire in the fireplace. We keep one once the weather drops to a certain temperature. I mean, we go through truck loads full of firewood, and it's hard for me to leave.
I hate being cold. Come to Wisconsin.
No, why the hell would anybody want to do that? I'm sorry.
I'm saying. But I don't know. Like, I hate it.
But
So,
you know,
I don't know.
But you know what? But you know what I did have that somebody, when we were in Birmingham a couple weeks ago, one of my father-in-law's friends or whatever, he had Wisconsin cheese curds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were good.
Did they squeak when you chewed them?
No.
Then they weren't fresh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't.
No, you know. Like, when you bite into it, it will squeak against your teeth.
Can you find those? You probably can't. Does anybody carry those in other parts of the country, or is that just pretty much does like Walmart or does like Whole Foods have them in the specialty food section? Or
I doubt it. I think it's a Wisconsin thing.
Oh, they were so good.
I can send you some.
Yeah, but how are you gonna do that? Are they?
Send some cheese. You can buy it online.
Cheese curd?
WisconsinCheeseman.com, WisconsinCheeseMart.com.
But it's 104 degrees inside the UPS truck, according to Deb.
Somebody asked on Yelp, is there anywhere available to get cheese curds?
Well,
we fry them.
I don't know if cheese curds are they in the refrigerated stuff? I mean, they can put one of the.
Have them at Central Market, but there might not be Wisconsin cheese curds.
They're fake.
I mean, they're not like Velveeta shelf stable, which is scary.
Oh, you can get them at the liquor store. Here. Well, we have Specs, which is Specs Fine Foods and Alcohol, and they have all kinds of specialty foods.
So I start typing cheese curds in Google, and it auto-populates cheese curds near me.
See? Google is smart.
They have eatcurds.com. It's the only website resource committed to helping you find and devour whiskey.
Now I want some cheese. It says squeaky, salty, and fantastic, great with beer. I want some now, and I don't even like cheese.
Let's see. Zip code here.
It doesn't really taste like cheese. I mean, I guess it does taste like cheese, but it's not like eating like off a block of cheese. They're kind of like, I don't know, like they literally squeak when your teeth go through them, but they're soft. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. They're weird. John likes them.
Ask Siri to describe a curd.
She'll do some Little Miss Muffet.
Simon's will send me cheese curds.
Do they have Culver's in Alabama though? Culver's are fried cheese curds, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. Yeah, they're cheese curds. They're bite size. It's like each one is a bite. Yeah, Culver's fries them. They fry their cheese curds. Which sound, I mean, that's...
What?
That just sounds really disgusting.
Hang on, I'm eating a bite of... What was that?
Roasted,
Which squash?
butternut,
Butternut squash roasted in... What'd you roast it in?
coconut oil, nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice.
Coconut oil, nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice. That's
Sounds
good.
yummy.
Very good. I still haven't eaten the spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
They last for years on the
Danica
counter.
scared me to eat.
They're gross.
No, she won't eat it because you said it was gross.
Oh my god, spaghetti squashes are delicious.
Don't eat it, Tris.
Yes, Danica, shut up.
They're nasty.
See?
It's gross.
They're great. Cook spaghetti squash like an Alfredo. It's so good.
Nope.
If you just take spaghetti squash, put it in the microwave, get it all nice and spaghetti, put it in a pan with butter, and put some heavy cream and some Parmesan cheese on it, it is so good. You'll love it.
Ooh, Brian
It does
said
seem like
tofu
a lot.
curds. I actually have 2 things of firm tofu in the refrigerator I forgot about that I need to. Normally, I take tofu and slice it up into squares. I take a little bit of sesame oil because it's so freaking strong, and put it in a pan, and then I fry them up like fried tofu squares. They're so good. I love tofu. Which
I do southern fried, like slice it, do kind of thinnish slices,
right.
and then do it up southern style.
What do you mean southern style? You like fry it up in a skillet?
Yeah, fry it up in a skillet.
Well, that's what I do.
Like fried chicken. It's like fried chicken. Oh, it's like fried spam.
But I don't do
Never.
like the really heavy oil. Like I put just a little bit of oil on the bottom. And I like sesame oil, but sesame oil is so strong and
My kids will hate it.
overpowering. They won't eat sesame oil?
Nope.
Well, they just suck.
No.
Laura Lee sent me a recipe. She messaged me a recipe to make my own cheese curds. That's awesome.
Get on it, Ming. Make some cheese.
Really? Don't sue.
A cheese curd, okay, the easiest way I could describe a cheese curd for those that have not had them, obviously not white, I mean, they might make them at white cheese, but they're cheddar. They're more of a cheddar product. If you take cottage cheese, you know the texture and just the funk, you know what the pieces in cottage cheese, but on a bigger scale, like the size of a quarter or half.
And not slimy and disgusting.
But but cottage cheese isn't slimy and disgusting. But that same texture, really, is like a large piece of cottage cheese, but it tastes just like cheddar cheese, and it's creamy. It's just
Cottage cheese makes me gag.
Makes you gassy.
Gag.
Oh, it gives
Like
me
as soon as it touches my mouth. It automatically, like, I start doing that.
I don't like cottage.
Thing. No.
Check out the Real Cheese Place, Dusty. It's the web address I posted. Where did you post that, Joe?
So we stayed on topic for what, like 2 minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
So, are there any questions?
Resident Evil tofu.
I love tofu. Oh, Joe sent it to me in a PM.
See, they take care of us.
That's awesome. Yeah, yesterday you totally missed that, but I have these rugs that I was showing on Pickers Church that are like, they're either llama, alpaca, or wool. I thought they were wool initially, but they're done with crewel embroidery, so they're all kind of like hand done, and they're really gorgeous. I got 3 of them for like $10 at a junk store, and I knew that was just they were just cool enough that I was going to grab them for that price. And turns out that Sue had sold some months and months ago that were almost identical, except her colors were a lot more bright and vibrant. And she had like done all the research and everything, and she like messaged me, and here's the link and here's the listing. I was like, oh, you just saved me a ton of trouble. That's pretty awesome. And
She's our adult.
I don't know if we're gonna keep them or sell them, but it's kind of like Tristan said. Like we love rugs, especially with old hardwoods. But it's like, they just get ruined, and they're way too pretty. They need to like go.
I can't put stuff like that on the floor.
Plus, if they're worth $100 a piece, 80. I think Sue said she got like 80 something for hers. I'd rather have 200. I have 3 of them. I'd rather have $250 than some rugs on the floor.
Right.
I can buy a lot of Target rugs for $250.
Oh yeah, they're $19.99. What is your like if somebody came to you and said that they just cannot get going on Mondays, like reselling wise or just work wise period, what would you tell them to do?
Meth.
What was
Boom!
what was the wow shit? What was
Hell
the
yeah.
what was the start over. I lost the question. Meth. You know what?
Coke.
Yeah.
Deb says go snort some Coke.
Yeah. Okay, what was the question?
I forgot now. It was
If
a good
somebody
one.
said-
Going on Monday morning. I think about it is, and people keep saying like, I can't get going. I just, maybe you're just selling the wrong products, or you're selling on the wrong venue, or you're doing something.
Lazy.
If you can't get going, then you're not happy with what you're doing.
I think a lot of people are lazy. No, nobody that we know.
Hell, you know, but the thing about it is like when there's a difference between like I can't get going because I'm a lazy ass. You know, like me, like I'm a total lazy ass. Like I know it. But you know, when I started realizing like with my products, when I would sit there and look at them and be like, oh, I really don't feel like listing this today. You know, okay, do you don't feel like listing this today, or you don't feel like listing this ever
At all. Mm-hmm.
You know, because when it becomes multiple Mondays, multiple days that you're looking at it going, I really don't want to list this, then you probably just need to reevaluate what you're selling, because you don't want to sell what you're selling. There's no happy in it.
And I talked about that on Picker's Church yesterday. I said, you know, the biggest thing is everybody, like Deb and your subject that, you know, that we stole that you're going to do tomorrow, but you know, it's I see all these people that go, well, I need to watch YouTube videos, and this guy says that blazers are popular, and this guy makes a living off coffee mugs, and this guy makes a living off of, I'm trying to name other stuff because I'm not picking on anybody in particular, but that's some subjects that come up. You know, this guy makes a living off of video games, and it's like, if you start doing that, and first of all, they're not plentiful in your area, or they're not, you know, there's not any home runs out there, whatever, and you find yourself miserable doing it, stop doing it. Because if you're self-employed but you hate the stuff you sell and list, you're going to find yourself miserable. You're going to find yourself miserable overall in general. You need to be passionate, and that's one of the things that Scavenger Life always says. If you've got to be. I love vintage electronics. I love vintage anything. I like old photos, old slides. I love doing that research. And you know what? It's not like working if I'm listing that crap, because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
It's like getting paid. It's like getting paid to have a hobby. It really is.
That's what people ask me about. Like, they'd ask me about parts, because that's something I'm going to try to talk about tomorrow. You know, is I stopped doing parts not because it wasn't profitable. You know, not because it wasn't. Not because I couldn't find it, or you know, couldn't source it, or couldn't. I didn't want to do it anymore. You know, I made money doing it. I made a lot of money at one point doing it, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. It's boring. It has no soul. You know, it's like I said the same thing about Amazon. When I was sourcing for Amazon doing retail arbitrage, there was no soul in it. I had no clue what I was sending in. It was all just a barcode. You know, it was just a barcode and a process. And that's boring.
And that's why I do Amazon when the money's there and I chase it, but it's so boring, it's so whatever else. I mean, there's not enough money. If it was kind of the same kind of profit margins I get off eBay, you know, where you're turning $1 into $20 or whatever, or $1, you know, the extreme profit margins, then yeah, I could probably force myself to do it. But I do very little Amazon anymore. I'm finding myself going back and back and back to eBay because it's boring. It's, you know, my wife sat in there with frickin' an item we were sending with 419, you know, peeling price tags off 419 of this item, folding them over to process them, and putting 3 different stickers and sold as a set, and packing them into boxes. And I mean, God love her. I mean, she loves doing stuff like that. That's the awesome part about it. She will put movies on, do it, whatever. I tried to get in there and help her, and after like 30 minutes, I was like, oh, look, squirrel. I mean, like, I can't do it. I hate it. I literally hate it. But, yeah. Somebody say something?
I was laughing at the chat.
You're always smiling, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Because I'm laughing at you.
It's Jeff Davidson. Giving Chad crap. That's awesome.
I said he loves it.
We were talking about Jeff Davidson today. I mean, not we, Deb, and we were talking about decals and his vinyl stuff that he does, because I found one. Oh, I sent y'all a picture of that.
Because he's rocking it? Is that why you were talking about it?
No, we got to talk about it. Came up because we were talking about, Chad was talking about his he just scored one of those to resell, one of those cricket machines. Mm-hmm. And then we started talking about vinyl, and then I fell down a rabbit hole and started looking at vinyl decals on eBay, and sorted by I put vinyl window decal and sorted by best match to, out of 16,000 listings out there to see kind of what was the most popular, and then I
Did
totally
you get Jeff?
Huh?
Did you get Jeff?
No, I looked at his didn't pop up on the first page that I saw, but I did go through and look at a lot of his stuff. He's got some really cool crap.
He's got some killer stuff.
But it's one of those, like, do I want to cover my entire back window with decals, or do I want to pick the one that, is like the most
It's not
awesome?
like a tattoo. You can take it off.
You can take tattoos off too.
But it's painful.
Yeah, y'all click on Jeff Davidson's name right there, the little froggy guy, and check out his videos, and hopefully somewhere in there's a link to, like, buy his decals and crap.
He makes the best, and he does customs too.
And you tell him what you want. Oh, and then there was somebody that was that's how the discussion came up, because somebody was selling decals. They were 3x5, and they said something with a bad word, and they were selling them for like $2.45 free shipping. And Chad was like, "How the hell?" That's where the whole discussion. And when Deb was in there, it was like, "How the hell did they do that? The cheapest shipping's like $2.06 or whatever. How are they gonna do that and make any money? Whatever." And our guess was that they were probably just throwing them in a 3x5, throwing them in a regular envelope with a stamp and foregoing putting tracking on them. They weren't doing first class parcel, they were just doing a first class letter. And Chad then we were talking about, is that not going to ding you with the defect system for not having tracking? And Deb, the consensus was what? Because you're first in all this.
Oh, it was that it doesn't matter what it was, as long as, because what they do is the on-time metrics, and they have the customer select if the item was on time or not. And if the item's not on time, then they track it back to, well, when did you ship it out within the timing that you were supposed to and the method that you were supposed to do it. And if it wasn't your fault and the post office just delayed it, then you don't get dinged for it. But if you don't have any tracking uploaded, then they have no way of verifying, if you did it on time. So then it goes against your on-time metrics. But if the customer doesn't say anything about the shipment, or they say that it was received on time, then it really doesn't matter if there was tracking or not. And if you're not top-rated seller, then the tracking doesn't really have anything to do with anything.
But if you're not top-rated seller, then that led down the rabbit hole of, if you're not top-rated seller, you lose some really good shipping discounts. You get commercial base, I think, versus commercial plus. Top-rated power seller gets commercial base USPS, I think. I can't remember. Anyhow, however it works, I get some amazing, amazing discounts on eBay shipping. So then we went down that rabbit hole.
I do too.
When's the last time you sent an FBA shipment in?
When did your kids ever
Before vacation. No, I didn't want them to while they were at the beach. I didn't want to ship their stuff.
If they're what?
I didn't want to ship anything if they sold it. They were leaving right after when I decided to have them start stuff, so we just started going over how it works, some of the rules, that kind of thing. I can't even start them now. I have to start them like at Christmas. Should I just wait till January? Do you think that's what, like 5
I don't know, they're
months
going to
after?
fail like the 7th grade if you do that.
I don't have a 7th grader this year. I have a 6th and an 8th grader. Ugh. That is awful. Why did Dusty just run away?
That was Gabe.
No, Dusty like took off. Did he say something and I missed it?
No. Maybe, no.
He hates us. God. We're so much better when he's not here, though.
The shipping rates go up every January. So you said, did you hear about the shipping rates going up in January? The shipping rates go up every January.
They always jack them.
Yeah.
But I always forget that stuff, too, though. Like, people say that, and I never remember that last year they went up.
Yeah, they did every year, and every year the sky is falling. Every year the shipping is crazy.
What would you tell a new seller to stay motivated and on task? Because we're so good at staying on task.
I would tell them to find something that they enjoy selling. because it's easy to stay on task when you're doing something that you enjoy.
Keep the passion.
Yeah, don't just get involved, and that's something I'm going to talk about tomorrow, is, don't get involved in things just because everybody else is doing it.
I think that's why a lot of people get involved in reselling, period. Because everybody's doing it and they think it's easy.
Yeah, and then they get into it and they start buying things that are totally irrelevant to them, like...
Because they saw it somewhere.
Yeah, like how I said whenever I first started business, I was going to sell clothes. I could source it. It was cheap. I had so much resources around here. Like, I can go buy endless amounts of clothing. But I started it, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't like this. I don't want to do this, And so if I wouldn't have found something that I enjoyed doing, wouldn't have stayed reselling.
I did not start smoking again. I went and got the last.
Lies.
I went and got the last of my beer that's left from yesterday, and
Okay.
ate a couple pieces of squash while I was in the kitchen, and I went to the bathroom. So there you go. No, I wish I started smoking again because I wouldn't be bad. No, I really don't wish I did, but
We decided that we're better doing the show when you're not here.
Okay, cool.
Cooler.
No, that's cool. So yeah.
Please. Please.
But yeah.
I love my D's. I think you're right though, Deb.
About what?
Well, you missed that question.
Well, give me the cliff notes, Deb.
Oh.
I was just talking about don't sell things that you don't like. She asked me about advice for a new seller and how to stay motivated. And I was like, well, don't just buy things just because other people are buying them. Because then you get them and you hate them. And it's like, I see so many people in groups that when they talk about, I don't feel like listing my stuff. Well, it's because they bought that stuff because somebody told them to go buy coffee cups, or somebody told them to go buy, stuffed animals, or whatever it is that they read that they were supposed to go buy in mass amounts because they were going to make their money that way. And then they get it and they realize, A, they either bought all the wrong things, or that they hate listing those things, or that they don't even have the knowledge to, they don't have the knowledge to do it, or and then they're just donating it back to the Goodwill, 6 months later because it's been sitting there, or it sits there and hangs over their head and takes up all their storage, while they wait for that one day that they might feel enough to actually list it.
For me, it would be to make a plan. I think so many people jump into it just feet first, no idea what they're doing. I think that if they started out with with a plan, or a schedule. God forbid, I know that's a terrible word with a lot of resellers, but start out with a schedule.
A schedule?
A schedule.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
That's better. But honestly, I think that noobs. I think a lot of people would benefit from having some type of schedule and actually sticking to it, adhering to it. Getting off of social media.
Well, I think that people spend a lot of time soaking in information without either implementing it, or B, implementing it too much information that you don't.
Exactly, and at some point you have to act on it. At some point you quit watching FBA videos, because I did that for months. You quit when I first wanted to switch over. Quit watching FBA videos and just take the plunge and do it. If you screw something up, you can fix it.
Yep.
And it's just, it kills me when talk about Monday morning motivation and stuff. It kills me when people, I can't get motivated, and you get up and it's Monday morning, and Danica's griping about how she can't get motivated, and then I look at her feed and there's 500 reposts from some vegan site. No, I'm just going to use you as an example. No, but if people are griping about that and I can't do it, I can't whatever, and then you go in this reseller group and they're constantly posting whatever, and it's like, really? No wonder you can't. Shut the crap off. Come back if you need to ask a question, or if that helps you with a little motivation to, stop and take a break and read, but just do it.
Use it at
social media is the devil.
use
It
social
really
media as a reward. You list a certain amount of things, or you add a certain amount of things to a shipment, and then you can have 10 minutes.
can post 5 vegan recipes or whatever.
Boom. And he's totally making up that example.
I unfollowed you, but I checked you tonight for the first time in probably a couple weeks, and it was like, wow, cool. Okay.
Mine is more
Cool.
like I don't even think about the fact that other people see it. It's like things that I want to remember, or like things that I think are funny.
You can share them with yourself only.
I mean,
And that would require me to pay attention to who's clicked on it, like who I'm sharing it to.
I'm not gonna lie. I've unfollowed everybody. If you're my friend on Facebook, I'll tell you right now, I don't follow you. When
I would totally unfollow myself.
I leave Facebook open for the messenger aspect of it to talk to Deb and Danica and Chad and Ronnie and the other people I hang out with that message me or whatever. But I don't need that distraction of, oh wow, look, Deb just posted about this and wants me to watch this funny video or what. I'm picking on you again. Just not, I don't need all that distraction. So when if somebody sends me a friend request, don't take it personal, but I accept your friend request, and then I immediately click unfollow because I'm not good with this.
I don't friend people.
Throwing you under the bus.
I'm not good with distractions. If I hit home right now, it shows the 1500 room, and that's it. That's the only thing that I haven't unfollowed. It's just I let myself become too caught up when I finally got back on Facebook in November for the first time in years, and I was excited about the reselling communities, and I still am, but I realized I could spend all day looking at what Sally Smith got at the yard sale and whatever, and wants to ask a question if she should buy it or not buy it. And that's good, and I love helping people, but there's a ton of information out there, and it can become detrimental. So for me, so I had to figure out what worked for me, and I had to cut back. So yeah, so if I was talking to Brian tonight, and arbitrage. Everybody knows Brian. And he had said something about, we were talking about his paintings and stuff like that, and I'm like, crap, I haven't checked his, I hope he didn't post them on his timeline, because I haven't checked his timeline in several days. I literally have to go through and check people manually. So it's not that I'm rude, it's just that I don't follow people because I'm not very disciplined. And I get sucked down rabbit holes.
Like I said, I don't, if I am your Facebook friend and I have forgotten to take you, or I have reseller friends, and then I have real friends. And poor Dusty and Deb are in my real friends list. Your real friends. Real friends.
What? I'm sorry,
real
Get my good air.
And I guess that's the default on my stuff, is real friend. I never change it. I never ever change it. I really should. I should have my stuff automatically set to only me, because I use Facebook like Pinterest. That is what my Facebook is, because things make me laugh, or it looks yummy, so I save them for myself.
That goes in the yummy folder.
Right. I would totally unfollow. If I was friends with myself, I would completely unfollow myself.
Who's rude? Apparently rude. Everybody's saying rude, rude, rude.
What?
Let's see what's playing right now. Hold on.
I really should. I should have my stuff automatically set to only me.
Okay, they're saying you're rude. Good.
Yeah.
I'm rude?
Nothing new.
And I'll do it to be rude, but it's just, Chad's probably one of my best friends as far as real life and the Facebook world and whatever else. I don't follow Chad. It's not personal, and nobody gets excluded or, included or excluded. I don't
post anything.
I don't do it. I don't follow people.
Oh, they're saying I'm rude because resale friends are not real friends. Jeff, aren't you on my real friends list?
Jeff sent me bacon syrup, so he's my best friend, my BFF forever, ever. Oh, I had to buy it, but I got the friend discount. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I'm rude. Hold on now.
Oh, Dusty's rude. Boom. Bite me.
You know, but I don't know. And that was one of the reasons I got off Facebook to begin with years ago, because I realized I was replacing real interaction, real friendships with, hey, my friend Joe down the road, we don't talk on the phone anymore, we don't text, we don't go drink a beer together, because we know everything about each other from Facebook, and that's kind of scary when you stop and think about it. I mean, it may be different because a lot of us live in different geographical places, and that's the only interaction we do have. But when you start replacing real interaction with status updates, that's and that's kind of the society we live in anymore. It's kind of scary.
I don't really associate with people. Like, I don't really hang out with, like, Sue and I will go somewhere. She's local to me. Like, I kind of talk to the chicks at my chiropractor office. I really like them. But we don't, like, hang out.
I talked to that lady that works at the grocery store.
That's it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just not social anymore. Like, I
have no real life friends.
I don't really like to. I don't like to leave my house. I am a hermit.
Like, we just recently got some. It's one of my daughter's. It's my daughter's best friend, and the girl's parents. We actually hit it off with them and really like them. And of course, they're Auburn fans, but we'll forgive that. And they've got pool in their backyard and a little pool house with all these TVs built in actually in their backyard under like outdoors, and they're like, we always have people go over to watch the game. We love if you live in Alabama, even if you're for Auburn, you're still gonna love Alabama. If you're for Alabama, you're still gonna like Auburn because they're Alabama teams, and so we started going over there and watching the game and did it.
Is this where you fell into the bushes?
Yes, it was where I was a little bit inebriated. And
I just wanted to make sure that nobody was confused.
And then I was like, I come up and I got blood, and I'm holding it, and I'm like, am I invited back? And they're like, oh, hell yeah, that was awesome. Can you do it again next week? I mean, they're just a really, really, really neat couple. And Tristan looks at me, she's like, wow, that's what it's like to have friends again. That's awesome. But,
there's so much effort involved.
Some friends are so high. And I think that was our problem for years. We had so many friends that were drama queens, town gossips. We lived in a little small part of community in Huntsville where everybody's kids went to school together and played at the same community ballpark, and everybody knew everybody else's business, and Facebook, and everybody was just all up in each other's shit. And I was like, it got to the point where it was like, no. And I can't deal with all that, and I don't want to get a text message at 11 o'clock at night because you heard that. Did you see what so-and-so did or heard about so-and-so? Like, I don't know. That's not my thing. I mean, I don't enjoy the drama. I don't need the drama. I mean, even in the reselling world, I try to bow out of all the drama, and when it pops up occasionally, and I don't need that. I want to concentrate on my family, concentrate on my business, enjoy life, work hard, party hard, and do the best job that I can do. I need to go back to the chat. Is Jeff Davidson still hating me?
No,
he likes you now.
No, he said the most real interaction he gets is when he goes to the post office.
I mean, yeah, that's the truth. I mean, that's my life. Sue asked Dusty, do you have folks you hang out with at the lake? No. Honestly, we've been in that same campground for 2.5 years. And we know the people that run the campground, which they're just awesome, good country people, and I take them gifts. And last time we were there, they've got a fig tree, and she had made some fig preserves and gave me a couple jars, and she collects little trinkets and stuff, so anytime I find anything, it's not necessarily a value, but she's like, oh my gosh, that's awesome, I'll take them little things. But we didn't even know the neighbors on either camper on either side of us. I mean, we had one lady that tried to get really friendly, and she's like, hey, and whatever. And I'm like, no, I come to the lake to relax. And honestly, out of all the people at the lake, the people we were closest to was this couple at the flea market that we kept buying stuff from and got to know them. And we never went to their house. We never saw them outside the flea market. We would text occasionally, and they'd let me know if they had something, but yeah, we're weird. It's kind of like you said, it's not that I don't like people, it's that I don't like drama, and I'm very private in that if I do have friends locally that always want to hang out and always want to be like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, let's go out and do what? And it's like, no, that's my time. That's my, like, I get weird about it. I get very, does that make sense? Or am I just crazy and the only one talking and
No.
fell asleep?
Deb's got her pout on.
A what?
I don't have anything
Pout.
to talk about.
No.
I'm walked out today. I spent the entire day in a hangout with Chad and Dusty.
Is that bad?
I was like, I don't have anything else to talk about.
I was gonna say you obviously haven't had your dose of meth.
And half the time Deb's watching these funny videos and I can hear them, and I'm working, doing eBay, whatever, and she's all of a sudden she's like, ah! Just start laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing? Oh my God, you see this?
What are you talking about? I was watching Jimmy Fallon for like 6 minutes.
Jimmy Fallon is amazing. I was stuck on watching lip sync videos for like 2 hours. And I couldn't stop. Like, I just kept hitting next. And it was awesome. It was a fantastic use of my time. Lip sync battles. Look it up on YouTube. You will love them.
Lip sync battles.
I'm serious. Lip sync battles. Seriously. You have to watch them because they are awesomely amazing. Some of them are on the Jimmy Fallon show, and then some of them have like LL Cool J. And it's because it's a TV show on Spike now. Lip sync battles. The Rock does Shake It Off and Saturday Night Fever.
Oh yeah. We watched those. I like Conan. Like Conan.
I hate Conan.
Jimmy Fallon's funny, but Conan sometimes he'll just. I mean, he's either really funny or like
lame.
One extreme or the other. But sometimes his stuff's really.
I love Jimmy Fallon, and then I super love Jimmy Fallon when Justin Timberlake comes on.
I love Justin Timberlake.
Those two are fantastically romance awesome. Who is? Me?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh. Well. Okay. So, it's 8 o'clock. I would say for, totally making Monday your bitch kind of thing, wake up, watch the morning show, get in a little Gary V, and then plan your day. Or plan your week, rather. If you've got shipping to do, music is awesome. I think music is a great
motivator for me. I mean, I have a playlist on YouTube. It's private where, I mean, I don't care to share it, but it's such random music. People would think I was weird as hell, but it's the same songs that I know the words to, so I can sing along without doing the humming, faking thing. And sometimes I'll turn that on. I'll let my wife know, hey, the music's going to be a little loud. Turn your TV up, or, I'll close the doors of my office, and that's what gets me going. It's what stirs my soul.
Stirs your soul.
That was pretty impressive.
That was awesome.
Dude, we've never, ever have had profitable talk.
That's what I said. Most of
never.
Profitable talk.
No.
You're not going to make any money watching this show.
Oh, God, no. We can't even promise that you will be entertained.
No.
What? I don't know. I enjoy doing it. It's like my hangout hour with Deb and Dusty. It's like my playtime. And then we get to interact with the people in the chat because we always have the same people, and I love the people that are always here. Like, we don't have drama and stupidity. Joe, oh my goodness, that was Joe that asked that. Joe, you know that we don't do anything remotely business.
Sue's got a good point. Listen,
it was not fingernails. It was toenails, you liar.
Gross.
Gross, disgusting, gross guy.
That's gross.
Whatever. Scavenger Life, I didn't unsubscribe to them, but since they went on their trip to, I don't know, Denmark or wherever, I haven't seen anything from them lately. Am I behind?
I'm kind of jealous that they get to just travel around and...
I think they do freelance, some kind of either...
List it and forget it and rent out their little house and do all their traveling.
Hairband.
God, my eyes are red. I got something I poked myself right here.
Don't
Poke
poke
yourself
your
in the eye with a
eye.
joint.
I wish I'd be asleep. Oh man, I'd be like so asleep. I would have left y'all an hour ago.
Dev's like, I gotta go, man.
I would like peace out, bonk, gone. I'd be
Wow, I'm like 5 episodes behind, 6 episodes behind on Scavenger Life. Oh hell yeah, that's like 4 hours worth of crap.
Crap. That's such a great show. Crap.
No, I mean they're just.
I'm kidding.
I love their. There's people that don't agree. I love their business model. They basically stick it out there at a really kind of fishing type price, higher price, and I think they do best offer on everything. And they have the storage space, which if I had it, I would do the. They don't get in any hurry. They're like eventually, the right
It'll
person
sell.
will be looking for that right random item, and it'll sell.
See, that's me. I can't stand to put a cheap item on something. I have things that are like twice what anybody asks on Amazon. I have some that are more than that. And they sell. Eventually they sell. Okay, but we're going to bed now. You should probably all go to bed now too. Because, like, what else were you staying up for besides us?
I need to go eat some squish and some chicken.
I gotta come up with this stuff. Somebody write this about what I'm gonna say tomorrow.
What are you supposed to do? Okay, no, wait till we're done. Or do you want to ask them for help?
I don't know. They probably don't care.
Deb needs help, even though nobody cares.
Do you want me to post the link and they can come in and help you?
Maybe I need to come up with what I want to talk about is what they're presenting me as is marching to the beat of your own drum, not following all of the information, not feeling the need that you need to sell all the things that everybody's selling on all of the Facebook groups, that you don't feel the need to have to. What I say is having your hands on all the cookies. Because everybody says, oh, well, you got to, get the cookies in the cookie jar, blah, 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 and sell on all the venues. And you don't need your hands on all the cookies. You don't need to sell all of the things.
I need to know all the cookies.
I know Jeff Davidson says, sell all the things, but you don't need to sell all of the things.
Especially if it's not working and you're not passionate about it and multiple other reasons.
Yeah, and so I have to basically put in, I know what I want to say, but I have to give them 6 to 8 either tips or questions to prompt what I want to say, and that's where I'm getting stuck.
Which is just really lazy as crap on their part. Hey, we want to have you on the show, but we want you to write your own questions. That's
Right? It's ridiculous.
No, I have a really hard time doing it. But I want to do it because I really like the topic. I've been wanting to actually do that as a video.
I think you should just go off. Just get on and be like, okay, listen, I know I sent you all these questions, but since the topic is marching to the beat of your own drummer and going, I've changed everything, and here's what we're going to talk about.
And then they go to commercial.
Blow their mind.
Totally do that.
Be like, but preface it all with, and don't go to commercial because that's avoidance.
Yeah.
Call them out from the very beginning. Just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna post the link in the Profit Talk group.
Profit Talk.
And people
There's
can
a
come
Profit Talk group.
Yeah. It's solely for linking to the show. That's it. You're in that.
That's why Jeff Davidson said that's why he doesn't do the eBay radio anymore. It's really stressful trying to come up with your own, like how to direct somebody to ask you what you want to say. Like, I know what I want to say. I could talk for, but
it's not a bad show, but then sometimes they get a little racy with little comments. But it's very structured.
I can do it.
That's probably why they would never ask me to do it, because I'd be like, oh, whatever,
Nobody wants to listen to you.
Brian said go on there and talk about how great Amazon is.
No, it's not great.
Amazon is great. Rap Battles of History is awesome.
A resource. It's a venue. It's not here nor there.
I think it would be funny.
Bye.
Okay. I'll put the link in the show. Or no, in the group.
Yeah, go ahead. That's
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
fine.